Woohoo! We are getting into it. I'm super excited. I'm super amped, and I hope you are too. This is going to be a really awesome course on advanced techniques when it comes to DOM manipulation. And why is this course so exciting? Well, for the simple reason that up until now, when learning the DOM fundamentals, you've pretty much only seen how to modify the DOM in the console. And this means it's temporary. In other words, every time the page was refreshed, our changes were lost. And the goal in this course is to combine what we've learned up until now to create dynamic pages. And in order to do this, we have to understand one simple word, but a very complicated topic: events. Okay then, well, what are events? Let me just grab this rock and throw it at the screen. Okay, this is the question. What is an event? Well, I always like to start very simplistically. At the very crux, an event is just an action a user or a browser has taken. And there are many different types of events, like when a user hovers their mouse over an element, when a user clicks on an element, submits a form. The browser can even submit events when the page finishes loading. What about when a user presses a key? These are just few examples of different types of events, but there are many more. So we know an event is an action a user or browser takes. Importantly though, an event always takes place in the browser. Okay, cool. At a very high level, we know what an event is. We know kind of where it takes place. But how do we use events? And I want you to concentrate on that word, how. How do we access these events? How do we interact with them? How do we listen for these events? And the answer is, drumroll, JavaScript. That's right, JavaScript. An event is JavaScript related. And by coding JavaScript responses that execute upon an event, us developers can display messages to our users. We can validate data, react to a button click, and many other things. It is very exciting. But there is a caveat. I just want to say here that web events are not part of the core JavaScript language. You must bear this distinction in mind. So what I'm trying to say is that the events themselves are given to us by the DOM API. Remember, the DOM API is built into the browser. JavaScript is just one of the many languages we typically use to access and interact with these events. Does that kind of make sense? I hope so, and don't worry if you're a bit lost still. We are going to be getting into tons of detail in this course about events. You're really going to become a grandmaster in events. I'm super excited. So stay motivated, keep going, and I'll see you in the next lecture.